last because you could feel your ideas being eroded away. We stayed pretty focused on the data questions. And we were actually fairly aligned as a group. Many of our ideas, at first we focused not on what data there was, but more on what we needed. Most of the ideas focused around things we could do to use city data to improve the quality of life for ourselves and for other citizens. So ensuring that your neighborhood is perhaps quiet, or at least you're aware of, say, noise disturbances. Keeping an eye on things like bed bug infestations. Trying to gather information to help understand if a neighborhood is green, if a building is green, and so on. Some of the, I think that's interesting, that takes a lot of existing data and puts it in a location, and then should be made very easy for people to look at a given address and understand what's happening around them, or around that area. Another interesting point raised was that we should be able to use the data to help understand what is happening in city council meetings. So if we can correlate council meetings, first within the area that we live, and then in surrounding areas, and then tie it to changes in the data, so we can see if council votes on something, what actually happens in the data space around that. It'd be great to look at a list of council meeting notes and have clickable links to find pieces of data that relate, and then check in and say a year to see what happens. For feedback mechanisms, it would be great to be able to do that with other pieces of data. So if you know, for example, where there are bed bug infestations in the city, that's great for citizens. It's unfair for property owners in some ways. It would be excellent if there was a way to have both a negative feedback, so you want people to not be on that, owners want to not be on that list, but you also want to be able to record positive feedback. So if they address the concern, there should be a way to track that, a verifiable way, so you can see who's responsible and who's responsible to use both positive and negative reinforcement. We had some similar ideas in business planning, so knowing where there was capacity for your business in the city, so you can make informed choices, and probably have easier dealings with landlords and zoning requirements and so on. And my personal bit was I'd like to see more of the city's legal agreements, understand them, and start working on converting them to plain language, things that are more suitable for the broad range of people that we have in the city, perhaps even localizing them into languages that are common names that are not English. So that's sort of where we left off. Thanks.